Good evening, sports fans. We've got the latest scores from round one of the NBA playoffs, plus Dallas Mavericks GM Nico Harrison. Denise facing the media. I don't know if that's a good idea to speak about the aftermath of the mega trade that sent Luka Doncic to the LA Lakers.
And it's the last day of pool play in the ABC Champions League. Question is, how did our local teams fare? We'll tell you about it later on in the show.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Denise Stan, sitting in for Cheska Liton-Calao.
Good to be back. And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy. Puts it on. Unbelievable. On the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Makunas rejecting Estevo for the win.
After almost 2 decades of waiting, the Detroit Pistons finally get another victory in the NBA playoffs. The number 6 seed in the East beat the number 3 seed, New York Knicks, 100-94 in Game 2 after best-of-7 first-round series. This snaps Detroit's 15-game postseason skid. Can you believe that? Well, before today, the Pistons' last playoff win was Game 4 of the 2008 Eastern Conference Finals when they took on the Boston Celtics. The Pistons were in control for pretty much most of the match, but the stubborn Knicks rallied to erase a 15-point deficit and pulled even at 94 near the final minute. Detroit guard, veteran Dennis Schroeder, then responded with a decisive tie-breaking three-pointer with 56 seconds left. That man right there, I've been telling you, he's a bad man. All-star Cade Cunningham leading the Pistons with a double-double of 33 points and 12 rebounds. Jalen Brunson tried to carry the Knicks with 37 markers in a losing effort. The series is now tied at a game apiece. It heads to Motor City for Game 3 on Friday, 7 a.m. Philippine time. Here's Pistons head coach J.B. Bickerstaff sharing his thoughts after their huge win.
To win a game on the road, to get home court was what we came here for. So we approached it with a business-like mentality and learned from the fourth quarter the other night, but we just did what we were supposed to do. It's the makeup of the men in the locker room, right? Like, we don't have guys who give in. We don't have guys who make excuses. We just have guys that show up every single day and lay it on the line for one another. And that's all you can ask for. It's a special group when, to a man, they don't want to let each other down. And so they're not going to let their own personal feelings get in the way of the job that they need to do for their teammate, for their brother, for their. So that's just who we are, and we're fortunate to have guys with that type of character and that type of spirit.
Now the Los Angeles Clippers have also leveled their series with the Denver Nuggets thanks to a vintage performance from Kawhi Leonard in Game 2. The Clips outlasted the Nugs in Mile High City 105-102. Kawhi went off for 39 points on 15 of 19 shooting from the field. That includes a cold-blooded pull-up jumper to put his team up for good with 54 seconds to go. This was another close match between two teams. They exchanged leads 18 times and had a total of 12 deadlocks. Nikola Jokic tallied a triple-double for the Nuggets with 27 markers, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists in a losing cause. The Joker also committed a crucial turnover with 38 ticks left, with the Claw intercepting his pass. Game 3 will go down this Friday at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles at 10 a.m. Philippine time. Here's Kawhi after his Game 2 performance.
Came down to stops at the end of every player with Jokic and great guys around him, Murray, and they all playing great. So tough fight. That's what the playoffs about.
I know what you said before the playoffs started, that you just want to leave it all out on the floor. You were 15 of 19 from the field, 39 points. When did you know, hey, I had it tonight?
I just kept going and staying in the zone. I didn't worry about what shots I were making or missing, just kept shooting.
I know it's tough to get a road win, especially in the playoffs. Now it shifts back home. How much does the mentality shift now, knowing the series is tied up at 1-1? You get to play in front of some home fans now.
Same mentality. We got to go out there and still play a good basketball game, stay in focus. Like I said, this is a great basketball team we'll be playing against, and it's no easy walk.
Well, as good as Kawhi Leonard was in Game 2, Nuggets guard Jamal Murray believes his team's errors were the ultimate reason why they lost. The Blue Arrow felt a bit under the weather, but still managed to finish with 23 points on 53% field goal shooting. Well, unfortunately, his efforts weren't enough, as Denver committed 20 turnovers compared to LA's only 11. In the final 2 minutes, both Michael Porter Jr. and, as mentioned earlier, Nikola Jokic turned the ball over. Before that, Aaron Gordon missed a wide-open dunk that could have turned the tide for the Nugs. Here's Murray at the post-game press con talking about the Nuggets' woes and their mindset that they need to have for Game 3.
Yeah, just try to give him something give him a different look and not let him get to his spots. No, that's really what the game is about, just getting to your spots. And tonight he got to spots, and even when we're there, he made some tough shots, and that's what great players do. So he had a night. He got going, and he was tough to stop along the stretch. But like I said, we had chances to ice the game, win the game, stretch the lead to 10, even before the fourth last couple of minutes. So this loss kind of feels like it was on us. Given the opportunities that we missed. Everybody. Same comment, you just got to hit first and play fast, and I play with some confidence, you know what I'm saying? Kind of take the life out of the gym. We're just going to go out there and play hard. That's what the game's about. Like I said, the stat sheet, everybody misses shots and stuff like that, whatever, but just playing hard is not on the stat sheet. So I think if we just do that, play physical, and like I said, be confident on the road, we can replicate what we've done in past years. And
Meantime, the Houston Rockets are gunning for a better scoring display as they try to even up their series against the Golden State Warriors. The West's number 2 seed lost to the 7th-seeded Dubs on Monday 95-85 in Game 1 of their first-round matchup. It was the lowest scoring output this season for the Rockets. Alperen Sengun was a lone bright spot on offense for H-Town as he tallied with a team-high 26 points. Jabari Smith Jr. had 11 markers without a miss, but was limited to only 3 shots. The other Rockets finished below their regular season averages while being forced into taking bad shots. Houston did come up with a decent run in the playoff period, but it wasn't enough. After the match, Smith and Sengun spoke about how their offense needs to improve for Game 2, which will take place on Thursday at 9:30 a.m.
I don't think it's necessarily just a bad shooting night. That has something to do with it, but we got to work harder to generate better looks. Our spacing was a little thrown off tonight. They were crowding the paint a lot on us. And we just got to figure out ways to counteract that. You know what I'm saying? You just got to watch film and figure out ways to go about that. They was packing the paint, trapping Jalen and Fred, kind of funneling everything, making us, trying to make us make that extra pass, and we wasn't making it tonight. Everybody, me turning the ball over. So we just got to be better in that regard. We was missing shots, but we also got to generate better looks.
I mean, that's been like that all year. They try and harm me on defense, but I will do just best I can, and my teammate over there to help me. That's been like that whole year.
And coming up, just as Andre mentioned on top of the show, Dallas Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison faces the media after the team got booted out of the play-in tournament. Find out what he had to say about the controversial Luka Doncic trade and how the Mavs will move forward. Play-by-play, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Play-by-Play only here on One News. Well, it has been a couple of months since that mega blockbuster trade that saw the Dallas Mavericks send Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis and Max Christie. And yet, here we are, still talking about that blockbuster deal, as Mavs general manager Nico Harrison has come out to say that he miscalculated the depth of the love the fans had for Luka Magic. Facepalm. In his end-of-season press conference, Harrison said he knew that the Slovenian superstar was well-loved by the Mavericks fans, but wasn't aware of its extent, really. Several fans have been asking for Harrison's head following the deal, which sent shockwaves across the league. The injury bug that bit Dallas in the succeeding weeks after the trade didn't even help at all. Harrison believes that had Davis been able to play with co-star Kyrie Irving, as well as Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, Derek Lively, and Daniel Gafford, all part of the lineup, well, the blowback from the trade would have been eased sooner. Instead, Davis got injured in his debut, Irving tore his ACL, and Washington and Lively also got hurt. Dallas was able to steady the ship, though, and secure the 10th seed in the play-in. They had a shot at the number 8 spot in the West, but ultimately lost to the Memphis Grizzlies. Here's Harrison expressing his belief on his current roster.
I did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level, but really the way we looked at it is, you know, if you're putting a team on the floor that's Kyrie, Klay, PJ, Anthony Davis, and Lively, we feel that's a championship caliber team, and we would have been winning at a high level, and that would have quieted some of the outrage. And so unfortunately we weren't able to do that, so it just continued to, you know, go on and on. When you have 20,000 people in this stadium chanting "Fire Nico," you really feel it. I mean, I use the word awesome, but not in a positive way. Like, you can really feel how they feel. So yes, I feel them. How am I doing? I'm good. You know, I said this last week, God's got me covered. I have an amazing family and an amazing support group to get through it. But no, I absolutely feel it. But I'm also, you know, my job is to make decisions that I feel are in the best interest of this organization, and I got to stand by the decision, and some of them are going to be unpopular, and this was clearly one that's unpopular. I believe winning will help repair the relationship with the fans, and that's what we plan to do next year.
Now, as for the Atlanta Hawks, well, they've already fired their general manager, Landry Fields, after 3 seasons. The Hawks are coming off 2 losses in the play-in tournament, which resulted in their elimination from the postseason. To replace Fields, Atlanta promoted assistant GM Onsi Saleh as a new general manager. The team likewise announced that they have opened a search for the next president of basketball operations. Owner Tony Resler says they're looking for someone accomplished and is ready to provide strategic direction and structure to the franchise. The Hawks have all-star guard Trae Young and another budding star in Dyson Daniels, a finalist in both the Defensive Player of the Year and Most Improved Player awards. But Atlanta has not won a playoff series since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021.
From the hardcore, let's move on to the tennis court as our very own Alex Ayala and Iga Swiatek all set for a rematch in Madrid. Ayala has set up yet another showdown with a world number 2 after scoring a dominant win to open her Madrid Open campaign. Ayala made quick work of world number 64 Victoria Tomova 6-3, 6-2. The Pinay tennis sensation started the match strong, easily creating separation, and she never looked back. Swiatek is the defending Madrid Open champion, but remember, Ayala defeated Swiatek as part of a dream run at the Miami Open just last month. The round of 64 matchup will take place on Friday, but the actual game time has yet to be announced.
Meantime, world-class volleyball is heading to Cebu. The Queen City of the South will host stops of the Women's Volleyball Nations League, or VNL, in both 2026 and 2027. The announcement was made by AVC and PNVF President Ramon Tatsuzara following the successful Manila legs of the men's VNL from 2022 to 2024. This is also ahead of the Philippines hosting of the 2025 FIVB Men's World Championship this September. Suzara shares that talks are underway to finalize a venue for the women's VNL, hinting at the possible use of the soon-to-rise SMC Side Arena in Cebu. The last time the women's VNL was held in the Philippines was in 2022 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City. Suzara also says he hopes the ongoing 2025 AVC Women's Champions League will help further boost Asian volleyball.
The Champions League in Europe has no limit of, like in Turkey, most of the players in Turkey are all foreign players. Maybe one or two are only Turkish, or in Russia, you know. So this is the way that Asia can catch up with Europe. For the next 2 years, 2026-27, the VNL will come back to Manila, but not in Manila, hopefully in Cebu. 2026-27, VNL will be in Cebu, and it will be women. So pahinga muna tayo ng men because Men's World Championship play this year. So 2026, 2027, as agreed with SM, with Hansi, we are bringing VNL to Cebu. Yes. Women, VNL Women 2026 and 2027. So this is a big thing for us. Punta tayo lahat sa Cebu because they're building a new MOA arena in Cebu. And you, alam mo naman, the fans in Cebu are really crazy.
Coming up, it's the final day of pool play for the 2025 AVC Women's Champions League. Find out how the PLDT High Speed Hitters and Petrogas Angels fared in their matches when a play-by-play returns. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Welcome back. The PLDT High Speed Hitters just missed securing the top spot in Pool D of the 2025 AVC Women's Champions League. The High Speed Hitters pushed Thailand's Nakhon Ratchasima to the limit, even rallying from 2 sets down to force a deciding 5th frame. But crucial errors down the stretch cost them the match. Final score 26-24, 25-20, 20-25, 20-25, and 9-15 in favor of Nakhon. Savvy Davison led the high-speed hitters with 28 points, while Will Masalas chipped in 21 markers. Nakon will instead take the top seed in Pool D and will face the Creamline Cold Smashers in the quarterfinals. As for PLDT, they will now prepare for a clash against Pool A's top seed, Zetisu VC, in the next round.
Yun naman yung binanggit pre-game, basta ibuhos regardless naman ng result. Okay kami. Yun na nga, wala nang mas sa high level pa na makakalaro ka ng champion team from Thailand. So sa nilaro namin, proud naman kami sa naging performance. Every tournament naman, kahit may ganung aspect na for experience, yung mga players naman laging gusto mag-compete. So, pero yung focus kasi kaysa manggigil kami na yun eh, dapat kailangan manalo, kailangan mabot ng dulo. Talagang yung trabaho at saka yung performance every game lang yung hinahabol naman. Kasi kung maganda na may gagalaw, sumasabay naman sa results. So ito, tulad nito, konting-konti na lang pero okay naman kami. Kaya kahit paano may magiging pa rin.
Meantime, the Petrogas Angels secure their spot in the quarterfinals in dominant fashion. The PVL All-Filipino champions made quick work of Hong Kong's Hip Hing 25-8, 25-12, and 25-12. American spiker Gia Day finished the match with a game-high 17 points. MJ Phillips and Brooke Van Sickle added 9 and 8 markers respectively. Petrogas is second in Pool B with a 1-1 record. They will face Beijing Bike Motor in the quarterfinals.
NBA playoffs in full effect, so in return, we got an all-NBA lineup just for you. In tonight's highlight reel, let's start in the West. Nuggets, Clippers in Denver. Jokic misses. Dunn gets it back for the Clips. Kawhi behind his back against Brown against 2-3 defenders to beat the buzzer to end the first half. The claw, vintage Kawhi, makes it look so simple, but still pretty much effective here. Take a look at that to beat the clock with a 3 to give them the lead at the halftime break. Clips have been balling thanks mainly to that man, Kawhi. Claw vintage performance here against the Nugs, which he capped off with our next play. Roll it. Here it is. Kawhi against Aaron Gordon. Less than a minute to play. Oh, jumper money. Game 2 in Denver. Denver up 1-0 in this series. Take a look at that jumper again. It's wet for Kawhi against Aaron Gordon. Leonard finished with 39 points here. Take a look at Jokic now. Stolen away by guess who? The claw, and that huge hand that he has, basically clinching this game. 105-102. Take a look at that play again. Less than 40 to go. Crucial steal for Kawhi, giving the Clippers, the number 5 seed, a win in Denver against the number 4 seed. Clippers win at 105-102. They even up this series. 1 game apiece. They now head to LA for Game 3. Big win for LA here. Meantime, let's go to the East. Knicks Pistons at MSG. Towns against Tobias Harris. Ooh, faking the pass to Anunoby. Nobody home. Baseline dunk. Take a look at that. Nobody. And look at Duran saying no defense, no safety. Even Asar Thompson wasn't there. Good play from Big Cat. Towns gets an easy 2 here early on in the first quarter. But unfortunately, Cat only finishing with 10 points in game number 2. Good defense for Detroit this time around. Now, same game, but from the other side. Let's go to Detroit. Cade behind his back against an elite defender in Mikal Bridges. Take a look at that play again. Whoop! Excuse me. Against Hart too, and then the slam, and take a look at the point after. If you're wondering who he was pointing to, well, it was Carmelo Anthony being interviewed there along the baseline. And then Cade just points to the Knicks legend after this ferocious slam. Cade Cunningham. Ooh, the All-Star had 33 points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals to lead Motor City. But no play bigger than the next one, our final one. The German, the All-Star. Oh, not All-Star, but playing like an All-Star for Detroit. But the German World Cup champ, Dennis Schroeder, knocking down the 3, the veteran, against Josh Hart, the switch, nailing that 3, big one. Gets a pick from Tobias Harris against Brunson. Late recover on D, nailing the three there, less than a minute. Basically putting the nail on the coffin on the Knicks on their home floor. Schroeder, 20 points, 3 threes for Motor City. The series now heads to Detroit for Game 3. What an interesting series this will be. Denise.
Now, before we go, some of the biggest names in sports were honored at this year's Laureus World Sports Awards held in Madrid. Gymnastics superstar Simone Biles was named Sportswoman of the Year, earning her 4th career Laureus trophy. She tied tennis legend Serena Williams for the most wins in the category. The recognition comes after Biles' stunning performance at the Olympic Games, Paris 2024, where she bagged 3 gold medals and a silver. Sweden's Mondo Duplantis claimed his first ever Sportsman of the Year award after repeatedly raising the bar in men's pole vault. Literally yun. Duplantis cemented his status as one of the greatest ever by defending his Olympic title in Paris and breaking his own world record multiple times. Among the other honorees of the event are Brazilian artistic gymnast Rebecca Andrade, who won Comeback of the Year, and young football star Lamine Yamal, who claimed the Breakthrough Award for his role in Spain's Euro title run. Tennis legend Rafael Nadal also claimed the Sporting Icon Award. Nadal wrapped up his storied career in November of last year. The Laureus World Sports Awards have been celebrating excellence in global sports since the year 2000. The winners are chosen by the esteemed Laureus World Sports Academy.
Wow! Galing. Of course, dream lang yan ng mga athlete, diba? Siyempre, to be honored at the Laureus World Sports Awards, siyempre held by in Madrid, Spain. That's really an achievement there in its own. It's good to be back. Daming nangyari in the world of sports. Ba't tinatatawa? Totoo, hindi.
Oo nga. Sa'yo din, dahil nangyari. Masyal mo, nag-jogging ka pa kanina.
Naghahanda lang sa Sydney Marathon. Sana mapanindigan natin, Denise.
Sa August, si Adrian feature natin.
Okay, mag-zoom tayo. Baka mag-zoom ako sa Afternoon Delight o dito from Sydney.
Why not?
Sana hindi himatayin. And that's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We're also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Talag.
And I'm Denise Tan, sitting in for Cheska Litan-Calao. Thank you for watching.